Emilio, good to see you again. How good does it feel to be back?
Feels great. Feels great to be back. Feeling good physically. So, team's been on a roll, just trying to get back and throw the ball well and help out as much as I can.
Is that bicep issue feeling better at this point? Did it just need a few days off and some, focused treatment? Is that all it took?
Yeah, I mean, it was starting to feel pretty good there. Probably the day before I got put on the IL, but ultimately, training staff, front office, coaching staff all kind of decided that it was better for me to go ahead and get it right now rather than trying to, pitch through it and kind of limp into the playoffs per se. So, I had dealt with it for quite some time, and oddly enough, the worse it felt, my results actually started getting better. Like I was striking more guys out, I was not giving up as many runs, but it's kind of seemed like at some point rest was going to be needed. So that I was trying to work my way through it and hopefully get to the off season before I needed the rest, but. Ultimately, the staff and AJ and everybody determined that it needed to happen now for me to be 100% for a playoff team and for us to be as good as we want to be. So, probably the right decision. It's not who I am to not be on the field competing when I feel like I can. But I definitely feel much better now than I did 10 days ago. So hard to argue with the results so far.
Yeah, in those last few outings that you had, it was a crucial part of the season at that point. The bullpen was really getting fatigued. You're not feeling 100%, but looking back, how important were those final few outings you were able to put together, hold things together, and sort of bridge that gap? Pretty satisfying for yourself?
Yeah, I mean that's who I am. I try to take the mound as much as I can and compete for the team. So, things definitely weren't going my way at the beginning of the year, but I felt like I was throwing the ball pretty well there at the end. So hopefully now that physically I'm feeling much better, I can continue those results going through the home stretch.
Your thoughts on this bullpen now that it has the depth and now you're going to be a part of it as well?
Yeah, I mean it's in a shortened season, things get blown out of proportion. Both in the clubhouse, through the media, through family members, asking what's going on. It's just part of it. It's part of the game of baseball. So, this bullpen has had a chance to be, one of the best in baseball since spring training the first time in Peoria. So, obviously not having Kirby hurts. Kirby's one of the vocal, emotional leaders of this team, and we wish we had him. Wish him nothing but the best. Hope he gets as healthy as quick as he can. But this bullpen is special, and it's had a chance to be special for a long time, and it's starting to show itself now that we're throwing the ball well, and hopefully we can be one of the main parts of this stretch run.
Thanks, Emilio. Good to have you back.
Thank you.
Jeff Sanders.
Hey Emilio, we're starting to get to the last few weeks of the season. What's the competition like for roles? And maybe yours is secure, but there's going to be fewer innings to go around. Especially going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I've been pretty fortunate so far in my big league career that this will be, or at least it should be, 3 years in a row of going to the playoffs. So going down the stretch there, I've seen it done multiple ways. And when I was in Oakland, we leaned really heavily on Lou Trevino, Fernando Rodney, Sean Kelly, and Blake Trinan. Last year in Tampa, it was kind of by committee. Like wherever you matched up best, you were going to throw. And it seems like AJ and Ting and everybody on the staff has a similar philosophy to what Tampa had. Whereas we believe in our guys, and whenever our best matchup is during the game, like we're going to go to those guys. So as far as staying fresh and staying ready throughout the entirety of the bullpen, everybody here is a professional. They know what they need to do to be ready to pitch each and every night. So I have no worries or issues with somebody not throwing for a few days and then not being ready. That everybody here is putting the work in and is ready to compete whenever their name is called.
Thanks.
Dennis Lynn.
Hey, Emilio, you played with Tommy Pham last year in Tampa when he was pretty banged up down the stretch, but was still in the lineup for you guys and actually hitting pretty well. Knowing him, how willing are you to bet on him just being back maybe sooner than anyone expected from his recent injury?
That might be the safest bet in baseball. Just knowing Tommy, when he first broke the handmade bone, we were in Arizona. His locker was right next to mine, and seemed like everybody was kind of saying, 4 to 6 weeks, and Tommy was like, "I'll be back in 2. I'll be back in 2. I'm ready to go." Tommy's a competitor, and he believes in himself, and more than anything, he wants to win. He's a winner at heart, and that's just who he is. So I have no doubts that if he's able to be in that lineup and on the field helping the team win, he will be there. No questions asked.
Would you be surprised if he's back, say, as soon as this weekend?
That I have no idea. That's probably a better question for Ting and the training staff. But I would imagine that if he's cleared to play, he's going to do everything he can to get in that lineup.